In recent months, Britain has seen the backlash to the public's objection of the handling of the British economy. The unpopular and austere measures that have been put in place have caused an increase in strike action, student riots, and the cost of living. With the shooting of Mark Duggan in Tottenham, this has caused the worst riots in the UK in as many decades. So I pose the question, are we all decent people, or can the simplest thing set us off onto a path of crime? Take my own experiences, for instance. My childhood largely consisted of growing up in a life below the poverty line, with a young single mother struggling to raise 4 children and no male role model to aspire to. That was the theory given by the social care professionals at the time my offending started. However, this would be an easy answer to my offending behaviour if my siblings had turned out the same way. I'm glad to say I'm the only black sheep of my family. So what really makes a person dishonest? What's dishonesty to you?
Christ, nothing. Don't get me on that subject.
Go on, you...
Relationships.
Telling lies or being shady?
Oh, that's a difficult question to answer. I'm just studying law.
Lies, deception,
Lying, cheating, stealing, adultery.
banks.
Either not being completely truthful or also withholding truth.
Have you ever done anything dishonest?
No.
Not even...
No, I'm a good guy.
I tell little white lies all the time. So, like, if I'm late for work, I'll say, like, you know, I couldn't find my house keys or something. Really, I've been in bed for an extra 5, you know.
I would scrimping, as I would call it when I was a boy, you know, taking somebody else's apples, pears, those kind of things.
No.
I did actually steal something from Marks and Spencer's once by accident.
Well done.
I was just walking around with trousers on my arm. Suddenly realised I was outside the store, but I did run back in quickly and pay.
If I was honest about myself, then I would put my previous behaviour down to my poor social skills, and that isn't a cop-out. I've been previously described in court as a Walter Mitty type character. Walter Mitty was a fictional character of 1930s America that lived his life in a fantasy world that made his ordinary, uneventful life appear more interesting. In a darker element to the character, the lines of reality and fantasy became blurred. Of course, I'm only talking about the segment of the population that are dishonest, not the criminally insane or the downright evil. Let's look at a couple of scenarios. What if you received more change than you should have done? What if you saw money lying on the ground? What if someone left their money in a cash machine? Would you say or walk away? My crimes were committed with little regard for myself and the people and the companies I stole from. That is why I failed to achieve my goals, to take my life from the ordinary and mundane to a life I dreamt of. However, with the help of family, friends and probation, I was able to address my offending behaviour and grow up and deal with the issues I felt I had to deal with. I now run a small business. I pay my taxes, I don't write cheques anymore, and if I want something and I haven't got the money for it, then I go without or I buy a cheaper alternative. I'm Dru MacKenzie and I'm an ex-offender.